Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. And review 130, so that means it's CanCon time. And I'm just going to get right into this one. I'm going to talk about Priestess. Now, I saw Priestess here in the city of Windsor when they were touring this album, and I am so disappointed that they could not capitalize off the success of this album and could not build that into carryover on their next album and could not really get off the ground and really get going because oh my god, this album was a freaking godsend when it came out. 2005, man, these guys were ripping it up with some real good. They call it, I believe the term they referred to it as was Camaro rock. Um, great heavy rock style sounding stuff, Deep Purple sounding stuff. These guys are out of Montreal, Quebec. At least that's where the big major city. I've talked to the guys that hung out with them for a little bit. Talked to them after the concert while they were selling shirts, stuff like that. Oh my god, seriously, such a great live band, and their music was great. And I just saw them on the shit little stage. They didn't have a great production, and it was just them playing great music for a solid hour and a half, man, and just killer. Enjoyed every second of it, and it's because every one of these songs is really a killer tune. So I want to talk about this. The album opens up with "I Am the Night, Color Me Black." First off, heavy way to open up an album, heavy way to open up a show, because they did it for both. And it's this oh my god, man, just all of a sudden like, whoa, hello, yeah, wow. And I mean, it just boom, you're there. Then you get into Lay Down. Oh. Now, let's be clear. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names of the guys in the band. Um, Everybody in the band actually kind of takes turns singing, believe it or not. In the videos, they always portrayed as one core frontman, but there's actually different people singing on every track. Now, there is a core frontman. And his vocals aren't what I would say. They're great rock vocals, but they're not great vocals. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a great singing voice, but he's got a great rock voice. And Lay Down just has this great kind of slinky, sexy, kind of, great vibe going on. And just heavy and thick and just, oh, great tune. Really great tune. And if I remember correctly, that was the one that ended up on Guitar Hero 2, was it not? I don't remember. It's been a while. After that, we get into Run Home. Now, Run Home was the first song that introduced me to this band, and I fell in love with it. And I still love it to this day. I still think it's one of their best songs, and oh my god, it is just great when they... And it's the chorus, man, is, they got this great kind of vibe through this kind of heavy factory kind of vibe. They capture that factory kind of sound, which is supposed to go there, just kind of heavy, kind of slow, kind of pounding a little bit. And then all of a sudden, it kicks in this high pace. Do, 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 do. Run home, down, run home. Do, 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 do. Oh, great, man. Two Kids, really cool tune as well. Really kind of social commentary kind of song too. When you look at the lyrics, two kids found dead in the water beside each other, but I don't think they drowned. I forget the whole case that actually inspired it, but it was one hell of a thing that grabbed headlines for a small while, and this is going back quite a while ago, which is why so much has happened in the world, right? Um, but whew, killer tune. Talk to Her, another solid, great rocking kind of tune, heavy rocking. Uh, you know, solid. You just really get, and lyrically, it's great. Talk to her. It's about talking to the person, having discussions, and understanding, enjoying. Cat. Sorry, folks. The cat, Lanny here, is driving me nuts right now because she's running around everywhere. Stop. Downside of working all the time. All right. Then we slow it down a little bit when we get to Time Will Cut You Down. Now, it's not slow down as in ballad slow down, just slow down as a slower tempo. And the song kind of, the title describes it all. Time Will Cut You Down. That you don't need to know anything else about the song. That will tell you everything you know. It's slightly slower tempo. That's the name of the song. There you go. You got it. Now the second half of this album, it's a kind of a weird mix for me. The first part of the album is really where the good core heavy stuff is. When you get to the second half, it's kind of like, I would like to liken it to when I was talking about Guns N' Roses' Illusion 1, except for reversed. The second half is it feels a little more punky, a little more aggressive raw, because everything that you are compared to everything else that's already been on there just really feels like this aggressive kind of in your face kind of song, and doesn't quite have the same hook because of it. Then we get to the Shakes. Now the Shakes isn't bad, but at the same time the Shakes isn't great. It's still, the aggressiveness to it might put people off. It's supposed to be the Shakes, it captures that well. But I think it might put your casual listener off. Performance is one of those, the only song on the album that I will say is just an album track, and when you listen to the album, great. When you're not listening to the album, yeah. Living Like a Dog isn't bad either. It's not much better than Performance, in the sense of remembering it or it being a standout song. But it's not a bad tune all the same still, you enjoy it while you're listening through. No Real Pain. Once again, you got that great anger kind of going on that's been going through a lot of this part of the album. Kind of aggressive in your face kind of thing going on. I like it a little better with No Real Pain because it feels good with No Real Pain. But other than that, meh. Now, the reason why I always play through the second side of the album, even though I kind of sound like I'm talking it down a little bit, because I do enjoy it, is all of it is enjoyable while I'm getting through to the last song. And then the last song is Blood. And I love Blood. Blood is one of my favorite songs. And when I saw them do it live, I all of a sudden had a whole new kinship to the song. And the reason why I say that is through the many years as a playing musician, sorry, Cat doing her thing again. All these years as a playing musician, I've often been the drummer and the vocalist at the same time. So when I see a drummer doing vocals, I always like, yeah! Well, until I saw them live, I didn't realize that it was a different vocalist because they sound like they could be the same guy, just kind of doing slightly different voices. And I thought Blood was fantastic because the vocalist is doing this great, cool drum line while he's playing. It's a nice upbeat drum line. Like if you listen to the drums on the song, it's really, really, straightforward but great drumming. And singing at the same time, and the energy that goes into it, watching them live, I can see why they only pulled it out for like the one track. Love the neighbors start up the annoyingly loud car. Alright, so this video has been full of interruptions. I'm not going to bother redoing it because, why not? Everybody wants to see the cat every once in a while, and, my commentary on the idiots outside with their loud cars. Having some fun, right? Okay. Now, funny me commenting on loud cars as I'm talking about Camaro Rock. Okay, there is a time and place for loud cars. The people turning on their car and is really loud at 6:30 in the morning is neither the time nor the place, as people are sleeping. Alright. Personal commentary out. Back to this commentary. I love this album. If you have never picked up this album, you've never owned this album, you really should own this album. This is a great album. It's part of what I call the Great Canadian Explosion, or the Great Canadian Invasion. Amazing song, especially considering how heavy it is compared to other bands that were coming out at that time. And that's what really made this stand apart, because, all those bands I'll talk about at the time, none of them were really heavy. A lot more punky kind of influence, with the exception of, like, say, Nickelback. They were a little heavier, sort of, until they went really kind of weird. Well, I want to use other words, but I won't. This was so heavy, and this is what was what we needed. And I really wish they could have capitalized, and eventually I'll get around to the second album and I'll explain what happened. We'll just say that the musical choices just didn't jive as well, so it didn't go as great. Anyways, folks, my views, my thoughts, my opinions. Comment section. That's what your views, thoughts, and opinions are for. Please share away. Otherwise, I do say thank you very much. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Peace, love, take care.